podcast 15.
Yeah, we're surprised we're still here too.
I know, we're racking it up.
Yeah.
Getting close to the 20.
Yeah, well, like the deal is, every 2 pay-per-views we're like, right, let's do it. And we got only 2 weeks since Great Balls of Fire now, isn't it?
Like that. Fucking name.
I know. It goes through you like nails on a chalkboard, doesn't it?
It's like...
Well, even now, we'll talk more wrestling in a minute, but even now on Raw they have to announce it as the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. It's like, yeah, we know what it is, but the fact that you have to put pay-per-view at the end of it...
Proves you don't want to say it.
Yeah, proves how shit it is. So you don't go, the WrestleMania pay-per-view, it's just WrestleMania. Yeah. That's actually a really cool name. But there you go. Anyway.
Tributes.
Yes.
The only one I've got is Adam West, 88.
Yeah, because, it looked like it was going to be a slow one again, because we were right before the last one we did Chris Cornell, didn't we?
Yeah.
Who they did it, I didn't... They're still on the things of death here. I know we covered Cornell, but obviously the Download Festival's just been. They've shown the footage on Sky Arts, and they did like a 10-minute tribute to Chris Cornell, which I thought was really cool. Because I thought, well, I didn't think they'd even mention him, because obviously he weren't there, he wasn't scheduled to be there, but they spoke to a lot of bands of how influential he was, like Jericho and Alter Bridge and all that, and then showed a couple of performances from 2012. And it wasn't until the end where obviously it all goes quiet and they put a picture up of him and say like 1967 to 2017 or whatever. That was like, getting a bit all moved and choked up again. But yeah, Adam West, Batman.
Yeah. And he was on Family Guy, obviously.
I know, that's what's affected me. He's one of my favourite characters in Family Guy because he was just so puddled.
I don't know what they're going to do now he's gone. They're going to find someone that just sounds like him.
I don't know, maybe
Must be someone.
It'd be a shame to write him out, but it's not like he was a major character.
No, but every time he was on the screen, you were looking forward to seeing what he was going to say.
Yeah, and
it's so random and ridiculous because he's such a stupid character, but he's like, what's going to happen now?
I think if they made a character not exactly the same but similar, the fans would... well, I don't think they get arsy about it. I think they'd appreciate it. Goes, well, since Adam West is gone, that's kind of a replacement character of someone as thick as that. I mean, Peter's thick anyway, but... You need someone... There was a couple of episodes where Peter and Adam West were they were together and they got on because of how thick they were and stuff. So didn't he marry like Lois's sister or some shit?
Yeah,
like
he did. Yeah.
Yeah, so they might replace him, but also you hear what LA did. In tribute to him, they had the bat signal above LA for the night. I was like, that's pretty badass. I mean. If people didn't know what the hell was going on, they look like, oh
my god, Batman's real! Batman's real!
But or you'd be shitting yourself like, right, if they're called Batman, shit's going down. Get in the bunker, guys. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's it. Nothing happened to Eddie Vedder, a Pearl Jam. Someone put up a music video, one of my friends, saying, "Only just heard the news. My heart goes out to him," and then also had like a YouTube video of Pearl Jam. So I was like. Something happened to Eddie Vedder. And I looked around and nothing's happened, but I just wanted to check with you. He hasn't died.
I haven't heard anything. He's got cancer, maybe?
I don't. If you guys know, comment below.
Yeah.
or inform us. But yeah, I think Adam West's the only tribute we got this week. Or month, whatever.
So, anyway, moving on.
Move on.
E3. We just had E3.
Of course, yeah.
So released quite a lot of stuff. So, the ones I want to talk about are the Spider-Man footage, the Assassin's Creed Origins. They've announced Metroid 4, and then the Mario Odyssey trailer was...
I didn't know about Metroid.
Yeah, they've announced Metroid 4 for the Switch.
Right.
And then they're re-releasing, I think, Metroid 3 with updated graphics on the 3DS.
That's pretty cool. I mean... Yeah. I kind of like all I've been hearing the last couple of weeks is, or especially today at work, is did you watch Foo Fighters at Glastonbury's, the main one? I keep saying no, I never got around to it. So.
I watched about half an hour of it. It's good.
Yeah, I do want to check it out.
So far.
And obviously, people talked about E3, but there's so many things that happen at E3.
I just kind of cherry picked the ones that I liked.
Yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed we can relate on with that because. I remember we kind of briefly spoke about it the other day. I'm still like 3-4 games behind because I got Unity to do, Syndicate, and they had the one where it was like 3 mini games in one.
Yeah.
The Chronicles or something like that.
I don't think you have to.
No, but I'm a weird guy like that. I'd like to get the whole collection kind of thing and in order. But yeah, Origins looks amazing.
Yeah.
I've always been like fascinated with ancient Egypt anyway. I'm just worried if they're going back too far. here.
Well, it's called Origins, so I assume it's the start of everything.
I get the point, but I liked how...
We'll go
since we're evolving through time, now this suddenly just kind of... What, we are 8 games in now? It's suddenly like, right now, not even back to the beginning, we're just like... Almost, like between caveman times and where we were in the first one.
With the first proper civilization.
Yeah, so. But it does look... It'll probably blow me away.
I'm really impressed with... They kind of keep putting one foot in the stuff they've done before, but they've also kind of given some new things that we haven't had before. Like you can control the bird and that stuff. You can zone in with your arrows and whatnot. I suppose it looks like they're kind of mixing everything. Like you've got the water exploration with Navy stuff, but you've also got horses as well. And you can go deep underwater and stuff. It's kind of like all kind of open rather than just
the evolutions in the gameplay.
Yeah, I think that it looks like it's going to potentially be one.
See,
of the best ones.
I've always liked that, and I've always thought they should be careful though, because what got me interested in the first game in the first place is like, right, there's no like sniper rifle, shotguns. It's that era where it's sword, shield, and the best weapon you got is a hidden dagger. And then like a few games obviously the first mention of the gun, I was like, that's cool, but don't give us too much of that, otherwise you're just going to go straight into like the modern Call of Duty kind of.
That's the thing. A lot of people want to have an Assassin's Creed in World War One or World War Two. We got a taste of it in Syndicate.
It just seemed like a Black Ops secret agent more than an Assassin's Creed.
But the taste of it that we got in Syndicate, I actually quite enjoyed.
Yeah,
it was nice. It
has to go somewhere. Yeah, obviously. So
yeah, I thought it was pretty good, but. Yeah, overall, I think the trailer and the gameplay looked pretty awesome. And I'm looking forward to being it. I think it's actually a good thing that they left it a year.
Yeah,
instead of doing
if they do too many,
if they do one every other year, then they can spend more time on it, make it better, and you look forward to it more because you're just like, well, I'm itching to play it. Well, you know what I mean? You're not guaranteed for it to come. You're sitting there waiting for it to happen.
I think this is why with Rockstar, it was almost forgivable now when they go postpone it. It was annoying at first when they actually announced a date and then, oh, by the way, it's 6 months postponed. Like, do you hear the whole thing with South Park? They were going to release the Fractured Butthole.
Yeah.
It was advertised people, there were sponsors, it was in the shops going, it's released like imminently, and then we're postponing it a year. So literally right before it was about to hit the shelves, like, actually, no. That would piss me off.
Yeah.
But obviously, when Rockstar postpone it, they never disappoint when the games are actually released. And the same with the Arkham games. They keep you mouth-watering. Yeah. I mean, they're so good, and the wait is frustrating, but it's going to be fucking worth it.
Speaking of the Arkham games...
Arkham Insurgents, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. But that moves on into the Spider-Man gameplay that we got.
Yes.
Now, I was looking at that gameplay and the fighting styles, and I was thinking, they have lifted what they did in Arkham games and applied it to the Spider-Man character. Looking at it and going... That's fucking precision. It's just like it's perfect.
That's what I think. Since the Batman games and Shadow of Mordor, that should be the combat system for pretty much every game now.
Yeah,
it's perfect. There's none of this.
You look at the fighting style of the character and you adapt it to that and make it that kind of you're still button mashing, but
in a sequence.
In a sequence, you've still got to keep your wits about you
because
it looks awesome.
If we go all the way back to PS1 now, the Phantom Menace, obviously, it's still one of my favourite games ever. But when you're in a lightsaber battle, it's just...
Like that. You're just swinging it left and right.
Yeah, there's just sparks and like weird arms going through flat faces and shit everywhere. There's no flow to it. And there wasn't really, even in the Revenge of the Sith game, it's just a lot of like, well, he'd already be dead by that blow, you know. Yeah. It's got to be... Look like an actual fight, like a sword fight and stuff.
I also quite like what in the Spider-Man gameplay from what I saw, the sequences, the way it worked. It seems so seamless that you're in the middle of a fight, then it will go into a quick sequence, and then you come out of that sequence, you go back into a fight again, and it just kind of, it's completely seamless. There's no loading screens or anything like that. It just flows so naturally as you're going around the city. It just...
The games that Spider-Man had anyway have evolved really well. Yeah. I mean... The biggest step for me, because I got the first game when the Tobey Maguire one was released, and it was very good. And then when Spider-Man 2, it was a huge step. Yeah. I mean, the way where... Because in the first one, you could be above the buildings and still just swing off, like, clouds, so to speak. This one's like, if you're way too high above a building, your web can't go on anything. You'll smack into the ground if you're not careful. It was...
You got to think of it.
Yeah, very realistic.
Even did the same thing with the Web of Shadows. I don't know whether you played that one.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah,
so really good
they keep evolving with it. The other E3 stuff I know... did they mention Red Dead 2 at E3?
I think they mentioned it, yeah, but it's been postponed, so we didn't get any more trailers.
There was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
We got the Mario Odyssey full trailer, which is fucked up.
It does look weird.
I just watched it going, what the fuck is happening here?
Why is it the hat?
I don't know, he can become anything really with his hat. It's the most...
ever like...
I mean, I don't know what they were smoking, but fuck me, it looked weird.
I mean, I don't know... I mean, someone put up a thing, it must have been a Facebook thing, of like, all the Mario games they've done, he's done this, like Mario Sunshine, the Mario Kart, all this stuff, never actually done plumbing.
Yeah,
he's pretty much done every job.
I think they said it on... someone said it on YouTube at some point as well. So he's literally done every possible profession except plumbing.
Yeah, even though if they did give it
tennis, Winter Olympics...
If they did announce Mario plumbing, I don't think it'd be a seller, to be honest with you. But did you hear about... this is a thing I found out today. Mario Kart's now become a VR game. Like
yes, I've heard that they're going to be
doing the footage looked amazing.
I haven't seen the footage yet.
I don't know if you have to buy the car itself, but it had these people with the goggles on, with the car, and obviously first person point of view, you do that and a shell appears above you and stuff. I was like, right.
This is the future.
Yeah, RN64 nights are going to turn into like...
They've done one of those ages. We need to do one of those.
I know, but things have happened. There was Sea of Thieves, I think, is coming out, which is a new pirate game.
Yeah, but there's also another one called Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones, yeah.
But it's kind of
darker.
It's kind of based off the Assassin's Creed naval combat stuff. It's a similar system. The only thing I'm a little bit annoyed about is that that looks like that's all it is.
Right.
There's no open world gameplay where you can get off your ship and go wandering around to different places. It literally looks like the only thing you can do is naval combat, building fleets, taking ships down. It even looked like that when you boarded a ship, it's a quick thing. You go to the thing, you see a quick cutscene that your ship boarded, money got on you.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like. I don't like that.
No, you want to be swinging
have a proper pirate game.
Ship,
don't get me wrong, the Black Flag is the best pirate game ever. End of story.
Yeah.
But if you're going to carry on doing another pirate game, do a similar thing. You don't have to do anything Assassin's related.
Don't cut out the best bits.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't get me wrong, the naval combat was one of the best bits, but you need to be able to get off and go elsewhere as well as part of the open world. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like an open world because you're trapped on the ship.
Yeah, it's...
So I think it's a bit of a downer for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not one where that it's like definitely on the list kind of thing for me. I mean, the only other game that I can remember was
Battlefront 2. They released some more gameplay.
Battlefront 2, yeah.
I mean, again, it just looks.
I mean, the first one blew us away graphics wise, but obviously it dropped the ball on campaigns and stuff. But it looks like this one's the correction of everything.
Yeah, they've literally looked at it and gone like, so many people have complained about how little you get in the other game and how much you have to pay to get extra stuff.
It's literally just take those complaints and actually, they listen to the audience, which is the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
There was another game announced. It escaped me in a minute, but if I remember it, I'll suddenly just go ooh during the podcast.
Okay. So the next thing, Black Panther teaser. Did you watch it?
I did, sort of. It's got to the point... I'm not saying it's got to the point with Marvel. It was just, I was watching the teaser, and I got bored halfway through the teaser. So I didn't even watch the whole thing.
You got bored?
Yeah, so I just didn't
I thought it was a pretty good teaser. Reasonable, anyway.
I know what happens with the rest of the trailer now, but... I don't know. He was really cool in Civil War, but I just don't think, as a character, I was invested in him as for a standalone movie. It's like if they released, maybe now if they released a Black Widow standalone movie, I'd watch it because they have kind of developed a bit of a backstory during the Avengers. Yeah. But I don't think I'd do that with Hawkeye or Quicksilver.
No, but I think Black Panther in the comics has always been a very big character, so we've got that potential to be. Yeah, I just don't think they
built him up enough. Either didn't build him up enough for Civil War, or he needed more than one movie until the step.
Yeah, I mean, I still think the teaser was pretty good.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know loads about it. I do like the fact that Ulysses Claw they're keeping him in it, and the circus.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that Everett Ross is back in it, which is Martin Freeman's character.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a clue he was going to even be in it. And to see him now, I was like, oh, right. Okay, good. I want him to be in it because I want to see more of him because I quite liked his role, as minimal as it was in Civil War. I looked at him and went, right, I hope he gets a more substantial part.
Yeah, it's a story development.
He's a cool actor. It was a cool little character, so I wanted to see more of it.
Well, yeah, they've said most of I think there's like 3 or 4 actors in this Black Panther movie that were in The Hobbit together now.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a cast reunion. Yeah, but...
Michael B. Jordan's in it, and all.
Yeah.
So that's a big plus because he's a good actor.
I mean, I'm so behind on my superhero stuff. It's not even funny at the minute. I'm behind on the Netflix hero stuff. I need to catch up with it. As Defenders is imminent.
Yes, it is.
Still haven't watched Thor: Dark World. I watched a bit of it,
now.
And I was like, actually, this one looks pretty good. So I couldn't get into Thor, the first.
Dark World's better.
Yeah, Dark World.
A lot of people don't think so, but I really enjoyed Dark World.
I need to watch Dark World. I need to watch Logan.
So you got... Oh, dude, Logan.
I know.
It's on DVD soon.
I know.
You got Ragnarok later in the year, so...
Yeah, there's... well, what did I see the other day? I can't remember. Oh, I saw Wonder Woman.
Ah, yeah, that was going to be the next thing.
Yeah.
Well, we're done with the teaser, so Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that was great.
I told you.
Yeah.
It's the best that DC have had to offer so far.
Yeah, the story flowed really well.
The characters were built correctly.
Yeah.
It was one of the best origin stories I've seen. And it actually made me look forward to Justice League. Because before, we were both kind of like, is it going to be any good? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then this film was going, all right, I'm listening, I'm paying attention.
Because a movie should get you, like, emotionally involved somehow. And it's easy to do that nowadays with sequels. You know, the original...
Yeah, because you're already emotionally invested in those characters.
You know what they're like, yeah.
That's like... when they build up towards the Avengers, by the time it gets there, you are so invested at seeing the first Avengers film because you've seen these characters separately.
So it's like, with Wonder Woman's only appearance, obviously, before her other film was Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
And even though her part was quite substantial in Dawn of Justice, you weren't emotionally involved. You're still very aware she was the side part.
It was really cool seeing her, though.
Yeah.
She did really well.
You obviously got emotionally involved with her in this one. Like, in, obviously... Force Awakens, you want to be in the cinema feeling something. So, I don't know, this is geek stuff here, but every Star Wars fan ever who watched Force Awakens had some sort of feeling when they saw that lightsaber go through Han.
Yeah.
Spoiler, if you haven't watched it, fuck you.
Why are you even listening?
But I wasn't, like, emotionally... I kind of felt... Another spoiler here. I kind of felt bad, obviously when... The Star Trek dude, boyfriend...
Steve.
Yeah, blew himself up. The way...
I was really quite emotionally.
I kind of figured...
More than I thought it would.
Yeah, I kind of figured he'd kick it anyway. What was emotionally getting me, like, more agitated, but in a good fanboy way, was when she kept talking about... what was the god? Ares.
Ares, yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, they called my bluff by him actually appearing... near the end and being the double cross.
I honestly, that didn't have a clue. He popped up and went, fuck me. I literally went, I did not see that coming at all.
All I thought it was leading to, which is the point where I was like in the screen, well, not in the screen, but shouting the screen, just tell her, is when she first left the island, she's on the boat with Steve, and she keeps talking about it. And I'm there going, just tell her there is no Ares. It's all bollocks. And all right, it was a god. All right. Yeah. But at the time, I was like, just tell her. Because when she killed the general, I was like, this is it. She's going to kill him, realise the war's still on, and he's going to have to go, because there is no Ares. It's all a lie. And then obviously the guy turns up like, I'm Ares, and may kick your ass a little bit. But yeah, it was a great film. Didn't realise she was a demigod.
Yeah,
I just thought she was...
Well, there's 2 separate origin stories to it, and they kind of touched on both. Originally, in the comics, she was built out of clay, but in this film, they've obviously made it as a little story thing for her to listen to when she's a kid.
Yeah.
But obviously, in this film, the actual origin story,
she's basically Hercules' sister.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. So now the Justice League is a demigod, an alien, half man, half robot. Is Aquaman a god?
King of the Seas? We'll go with that.
Yeah, King of the Seas.
And Batman.
And the Flash. Flash is actually, what they call, a metahuman or whatever.
Metahuman.
And now, like he says in the trailer, he's like, what's your superpower? I'm rich.
I'm rich.
So that's a good enough one for me.
One final thing on Wonder Woman, I really did quite like when Steve died and he pulled the gun and it exploded.
Yeah.
The thing I really liked about that moment was they could have just had him pull that and explode and she'd cry and all that kind of stuff. But the little extra bit that I loved was that they took that extra breath. He pulled the gun.
The hesitation.
The hesitation, that quite slow moment. You see a face. There's just that breath of quietness, and then boom, and you're just like, fuck.
Then her rage.
Yeah, it's just like that little breath made such an emotional difference in that.
Yeah, the only thing that maybe dropped the ball on is I genuinely thought they were going to build more on the story of the soldier that was obviously suffering from like the post-traumatic stress of not being able to shoot anyone. Because I was meant to be the best shooter. Yeah, meant to be the best shooter, and they kind of have a whole scene of like he can't pull the trigger. And then suddenly he's okay again. I thought they could have built more on that, but that's the only flaw I can really think of.
The rest of it I'm really quite happy with.
No end credit scene, which I quickly Googled before I sat there.
As soon as the credits came up, I was like, shit, I better Google it. I can't remember the rest.
No, there's not.
You check like 4 lists, don't you? It's like 4 times.
No.
Okay,
off you go. I suppose the best next thing to go on now is the Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced. I know we spoke about this again the other day.
I'm so looking forward to it. I think this has potential to be the best Spider-Man yet. I don't think it will be as good as Spider-Man 2 because that is the best Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 1 and 2 are the greatest.
I think 2 personally is like up there.
Yeah.
But I'm really invested in Tom Holland. I think he's a good Spider-Man. He nailed that character for me in Civil War, and on all these trailers, he's nailing it for me.
It's hard. I think it's weird because it's easy to like compare, either say Tobey Maguire is the best and compare everyone else to Tobey Maguire because he was the first to hit the big screen. I just thought Tobey Maguire nailed the uncomfortable nerdiness, and as the films went on, they went to the obviously his humorous little knacks and stuff. I think what I'm related to those. You ever watch the animated Spider-Man?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah.
He was so late. Like it seemed to me like it was, Peter Parker. He was quite serious and very like I'm a photojournalist. I'm a nerd. And then once the mask was on, he could almost be himself and all these little jokes and stuff. Where with this new guy, he just seems to be very too unsure with his own. It doesn't seem standalone because it just seems like this whole film is going to be based around him kissing Tony Stark's ass. Yeah,
I can understand that, but I don't know. My little geek inside me is just happy that I'm seeing those two on the big screen together.
It's great to see Spider-Man back on the screen
where he needs to be.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man kind of dropped the ball a little bit. God, yeah. Especially the first one. I mean, they fucked Lizard up.
Yeah.
Big style. The second one was okay.
Just again, the only problem was again too many villains.
There was too many villains.
That really, really important moment about Gwen Stacy biting the dust and Green Goblin.
They didn't build it up enough.
They didn't build it up enough. It just happened, and that is a big moment in the comics. It's one of the first times that a big character dies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just such an emotional moment. It's a turning point for the Spider-Man character, and just chucking it in like that. And first of all, having Harry be the one to do it, not what's it?
Norman.
Norman. Yeah, not having him do it.
Yeah,
it's just weird. It just didn't work for me.
I knew what they were trying to do. I mean, they went with this new story of like his parents aren't dead or whatnot, or he had that secret lab. And did you take it? You seen the alternate ending?
Yeah.
That his dad appears and comes out of hiding just to say like can comfort him about Gwen, which I probably would have preferred. It would have been a shock to me. What they should have done is I would have been okay with both Lizard and Electro in the first one together, and then obviously working together, and then turning
the second one just focus on.
But the end of the first one could have introduced Harry. They could have ended the first one with him taking the venom that turns him into Goblin, and then the whole thing of the second one could have been. Keep all that lovey-dovey crap with Gwen and Peter because that builds up to his loss.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but have the main part about Goblin and Spider-Man, and then 3/4 of the way through, Harry finds out who Peter is, and that's when it's more hard-hitting that he obviously feels their best friends betray each other. He wants payback. Once he do, he kills the girl Peter loves. Would have made more sense. I don't know. This is right. This is going to sound so not racist, but it's like when we saw Panther 4 Stick.
Panther 4 Stick.
Panther 4 Stick.
Shite that it were.
I was okay with the actors that were hired, but when it'd be different if this was just like we've got an idea and we're going to have like a good example is Finn in Force Awakens. If he was already a developed character in like a comic book or something, and he was a white guy, I personally would have thought a white guy would be in the film. But because they hadn't developed that, when they got the what's his name? What's the actor's name? Who plays Finn?
John Boyega.
Yeah, when they got him, it had no. I had no like. It didn't even bat an eyelash. It wasn't like, oh, he's black. It's just there's a guy. The only times it makes me go is when you are aware of a comic book character that is already white or black, and then they change it for the big screen for no apparent reason. Maybe it doesn't matter if their acting skills are good. Phantom 4 Stick turned to be a shit film, but I was very aware that the Human Torch was a black guy when
in the comic book she was adopted, wasn't she?
Yeah, they changed
kind of
the story.
washed over it so quickly. It's like there's so much emotion in that you can build, and you just went, "Oh, she's adopted." And that's it.
But yeah,
that's all you did.
But also with the Spider-Man thing, Mary Jane is known as a red-haired, like Caucasian bombshell. That's her gimmick. That's her thing. And now they've completely turned that on its head. Which
again,
it could work. This is not a racial rant.
No. I'm just waiting to see what the girl does.
Yeah,
because she's not prominent in the film. She's not like she's not got a main part. She's there.
They're just building up to it.
But yeah, exactly. I think she'll be there very minimal. She's not going to be a main part into it. So it's just like, let's test the water with this character and then she'll go full for the next film.
But it's nothing to do with the ethnicity and whatnot. I mean, who's the fat guy who's...
I don't know. It's I think it's based on a character that Peter Parker was a friend with at some point. But he was never really a big character. Yeah. They're bringing him in like this. But I think that's another reason you need him to have that kind of friend to bounce off, but you don't want to blow your load by chucking Harry in straight away. Yeah, so you put Harry in at another point.
Yeah, at first I was like, that can't be Harry. Sure,
no, it's not.
It's kind of like his Jiminy Cricket. It's because he obviously can't talk to Aunt May about this. So if you've got Tony Stark in this film, it's almost like he's got the angel and the devil thing, but you don't know which is which. So when he has a conversation with Tony and he's not sure about how that goes, he can talk to this fat guy friend who I don't know his name. So yeah, it's kind of like he's listening to both, and obviously he's trying to be Spider-Man in the middle with what I'm looking forward to the most, Michael Keaton as Vulture.
I know. I mean,
he looks so cool.
Rumours went around for ages before he was cast, and then was like, "No, I don't think it's going to happen." And then Michael Keaton's cast as Vulture. It's like, yes, yes, I'm so down for that.
The only other person that I could have imagined doing it was John Malkovich.
Yeah,
only other person. It's like, I think we discussed this before. There was rumours they were going to have the Penguin in one of the new Batman films, which obviously fell flat. If he hadn't have died, I would have said Philip Seymour Hoffman. He would have nailed the Penguin. Because kind of as a way to move on here. Does Gotham Season 3 start on Channel 5?
I don't know, I've lost track.
Because everyone seems to be watching it. They must be on demand or whatnot.
I'll give it up trying.
The things I've seen makes me want to get back into it, because I know for a fact the Joker has returned.
Yeah, we all know that.
So I want to know, but I don't want to just go straight in at the end of Season 3 and ruin the rest of the season for me. Because I enjoyed Gotham.
It's like a love-hate thing with me. It's like sometimes it's really good and other times it's just piss poor.
I liked it because of... So I know the bits you probably didn't like. It was the same I didn't like. That I loved the premise of, like, this is what was going on before Bruce became Batman. It's the build-up of these villains. However, some of these origins have completely fucked up already. Like, the only one they haven't fucked up yet, again, I haven't seen Season 3, is Two-Face doesn't become Two-Face until, like, Batman's well into being Batman.
Yeah.
So they kept him as Harvey Dent image, where they should. But Nora's dead. Nora Freeze.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
that completely destroys the point of Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
So some of it is like, and the only negative I got with the Joker is that you shouldn't know who he is. Yeah. Now we know, where he came from, his actual name and stuff. Maybe the characters in Gotham won't when he finally reveals himself, and it's just this familiar guy with this fucked up smiley face. But as an audience member, as a fan, I kind of like the mystery that's what made the Joker more vicious and threatening. It's like, not only is this a psychopathic clown, because we don't know his backstories, we don't have no idea of his weaknesses or whatnot. He's just absolutely insane. But yeah, I don't know. I might try and track down Gotham Season 3 at some point. I think that's our superhero stuff, by the way.
A quick one as well. They've announced, that Venom movie they're doing, that Sony are doing separately.
Yeah.
They've announced that Carnage is going to be in it.
Yes, I heard about that.
Which I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I just don't know what to think about the film, because I'm just thinking it's got to be so confusing for the regular people. I mean, we can just about get to the point because we know who owns what contracts and shit like that. But the whole point of this Spider-Man moving back into the MCU was to solidify, forget the other ones. Forget the other ones. The Amazing Spider-Man one died. The other trilogy's done and dusted. They've rebooted Spider-Man into the universe where he belongs, where he needs to be. And now they're carrying on with Spider-Man villains over here. It's just like everyone's going to go, what's going on?
Yeah. But now people are going to be expecting Tom Hardy's Venom versus
Holland, and it ain't going to happen, is it?
It won't happen. It's weird. I love Tom Hardy to bits. I've probably stated that in so many podcasts that he's probably the best actor in Hollywood at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll own Venom the way only Tom Hardy can, but I think it's going to be very difficult for him because it's such a different, diverse character. I mean, he's not... The only other comic book one he did was Dark Knight Rises. And Bane, I never had a problem with him playing Bane because I thought, this isn't like a supernatural being.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going to be anything like the one that Joel Schumacher did. It's like he's going to go with that cool, calm, collected, very clever Bane. And obviously, Tom Hardy turned it into still a very smart man, but this League of Shadows terrorist that... And the mask kind of became just the second part of his character. A lot of people would focus on the mask. It's like, no, this isn't like, it's a man in a mask and he's also psycho. It's like, this is a psychopath and he just wears the mask for his own breathing difficulties.
Yeah.
It depends who's going to play Carnage as well. Obviously, chemistries are going to be a big thing.
A couple of people want Fassbender.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But
everybody's always said that I think a lot of people have always said they always wanted Jim Carrey to play Carnage.
I don't know.
He's too old now. But if you see Carnage in the comic books and in the TV shows and everything, you look at it and go, that is a Jim Carrey character.
Yeah, well, Carnage is like another symbiote from Venom, isn't it?
Yes.
Have Tom Hardy again. Do Legend.
Yeah. Why not?
That was the other thing that I saw on Facebook, which is going to... Oh, this is very wishful thinking. We have worldwide listeners, but, if you are worldwide, this is more local for us. Tom Hardy was in Nuneaton.
Yes, he was, yeah.
What?
I was like, what the fuck? It was like last weekend, bro.
Yeah, if I just saw someone on Facebook, Tom Hardy's in Nuneaton for a couple of hours at the such pub, I would have rang you like, get your car! We're going to meet Tom Hardy. But, yeah.
Never mind.
Are we going to wrestling stuff?
Yeah, I think we're going to wrestling shite.
Okay.
So... The wrestling thing. That was really hard not to laugh.
I've got to, mess it up a little bit.
Yeah, so we've got Extreme Rules and Money in the Bank to talk about.
Yeah, before going to Extreme Rules, we spoke about Payback last time.
Yeah.
And I think we might have said the best match of the night was the tag team match. Scratch that, because we forgot one, which was the best match of the night, the Cruiserweight title match between Neville and Jack Gallagher.
Oh, yeah.
They kicked the shit out of each other.
It was good.
So, just a quick thumbs up to that. Well done, guys. That was no offense to the tag match, but there you go.
Moving on.
So, Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
If I can remember rightly, it didn't seem that extreme.
No, not really. One of the main ones I was really disappointed in was the Bayley-Alexa match.
Yeah, it didn't get momentum.
She didn't even get one hit with a kendo stick.
No.
She just got she pretty much got jobbed out in that fight.
They've made Bayley...
She barely got any offensive.
I know what they were trying to do of going, Bayley's like, she's not vicious, she's a competitor, she wants to win it fairly. Like, you even failed with that, you just made her look like a complete pussy. And whether you're a woman or a bloke in this business, if your character comes across as a pussy in wrestling, you ain't going to survive.
Speaking of pussy, very, very quickly, that one of the strongest rumours for her next storyline...
Oh, the kiss thing. Why go the Susan Boyle route?
Yeah, she's never been kissed, and that potentially Corey Graves is going to be the first...
But why? Why drag Corey into this?
It makes no sense. Anyway, we're pissed off with that. Move on.
Yeah, I mean, what opened the show? I can't remember now.
God, I can't remember.
Yeah, it must have been one of the big... was it the... It was Dean Miz, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, that was the disqualification one. Wasn't the greatest physical spectacle...
But storytelling was...
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was, every time Maurice got involved and like, oh yeah, I slapped, Miz going to slap me and the ref saw, and like, you're with Dean? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, even on the sofa, like, no, don't hit it to her. But, and then the whole, didn't he bring a weapon in, or he shoved the ref, and the ref's like, did you do that? I'm like, don't, and then Skull Crusher finale out of nowhere, like, boom, yes, Miz. That what makes you probably the best heel in the company right now.
This is getting to the point now that if he was to go towards the championship,
I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, me too. And I never ever thought he'd say that. But fuck me, he's really impressing me. And I thought after the Cena thing in Mania, he started to fizzle out again.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's still where he is.
Yeah, I think he's got to the point now where, obviously, with recent events, we now know the route they're going with SummerSlam. But very soon, if they had like a big battle royal to go, right, we need a contender for the title at SummerSlam, it's going to be a battle royal, and Miz won it, so Miz was headlining SummerSlam, I'd be fine with that. So I'm fine with him headlining events like SummerSlam or being champion. He hasn't quite made Mania main event material yet.
No,
he's still got quite a way to go. Hopefully they still see that in Jinder. Jinder's not even championship material, let alone fucking Mania material. So... But yeah, that was great. The submission match between Neville and Austin Aries.
That was good, and it was a bit weird seeing Aries' face.
Yeah.
Kind of like smiling at cameras to say...
like he just...
He's flipped.
But I was hoping they'd develop on that. I was
doesn't even touched on it.
Yeah, like he's just...
He put one tweet out apparently, and that was it.
Yeah, but I'd like to see this almost... Maybe they thought it was bordering too much on the Broken Hardys gimmick. But I thought, right, if he just kind of went to that... almost Joker-esque obsession that he can't beat Neville. So he's just obsessively, I want to fuck him up. But trying to keep positive in his own head that he's doing these weird smirks. But it led to nothing.
You got the tag match in the cage.
Right. See if you agree with this rule of me. Jeff escaped.
Yep.
Jeff got back in to help Matt.
Yep.
Then Matt got out, and then Sheamus and Cesaro got out before Jeff could get out, and so won. If Jeff had already escaped, shouldn't it have just been Jeff's out, Matt's out, job done? Just regardless if Jeff got back in.
Technically, yeah.
So, if anything, the Hardys should still be tag champs.
Yeah, I know. I still enjoyed the match, though. I thought it was really good.
It was good.
I think they all did really, really well. Again, Jeff jumped off something high.
Yeah, it's difficult in a confined space
on a
like
technical point of view, if you're actually looking at it and you break it down,
Jeff's already escaped. Matt's escaped.
So technically, but.
And I mean, I like the. I did like the result.
I think they're trying to go on the assumption that it's. That I think they're treating it like you would do. If you're in the Royal Rumble, if you go over the top rope, but you get back in under the bottom rope before hitting the floor, then you're back into the match and you're absolutely fine. I felt like that's the way they were going with it. It's kind of like you can get out of the cage, but unless you get out of the cage together.
Well, they should, I
think that's what they were trying to do.
They should probably verify the rule.
Yeah, they didn't specify it enough.
Yeah.
They need to say you need to both get out together for it to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, if they should specify the rule that, right, once you're out, but if you choose to go back and have your partner, it's reset.
It's reset.
So they should have referenced that.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will now in the future. I liked the decision to give the belts back to Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah, because it's always more fun watching the faces chase the titles.
The Hardys already developed. They're slowly...
And they're very close to getting the broken gimmick together now. So obviously you want... eventually Matt to do that kind of stuff. If that's the case, then
Sheamus and
naturally we
Cesaro,
want Bray versus Matt, but
they're
I don't think they're going to do that very soon.
They've got a lot stronger, Sheamus and Cesaro. They've got the bar thing going on.
I'm enjoying them.
And I think the WWE might have just thought, right, if we take the belts off them to around this point now, they might lose a little bit of relevance. And right now, they're not white hot.
That's the thing, that Carnage won't lose any relevance because they're still awesome.
They're legends.
We know they're on the cusp of the broken gimmick, so we're not worried about having a little bit of mud and water in the middle for the moment. If we just do a couple of random matches, and then eventually, we know what we're going to be getting eventually. Matt's already said, I'm not saying if, when it happens. Yeah. It will happen.
People are still invested with what Sheamus and Cesaro do in the ring, so you don't want them to be lost in the shuffle.
No.
So, I can't remember the fucking matches now.
We had the title match, Jinder versus...
Oh, no, that was Money in the Bank. It was yeah. There was no Universal title.
No, it wasn't. No, it's the five-way.
Man. Yeah.
Five-man, which was the match of the night.
It was,
I thought it was really awesome.
I talk about this a lot.
Before you say it, my only downside is that it was unfortunately Finn that got...
Oh, no, I wasn't bothered about that.
No, I kind of
like
you brought Finn back and he's starting to build up again, and you just...
Everyone knew that it probably wasn't going to be Roman to get the loss anyway.
No.
But if you look at the rest of the competitors, I think we probably still would have had the same reaction. Like, it's made Seth look a bit weaker, or Bray look a bit weaker.
Yeah.
Finn was the wild
Saying
card.
that, with Bray, you can't make him look weaker, can you? He's lost so many times, you just go, oh, well, that's just another loss he's had.
I think Finn being the one to lose the match is not much of a knock on Finn, but it makes Joe look much stronger. Because Finn was like one of the main favourites. Is like, not only did Joe win, but he took out the one of the top dogs in the match. The only other issue I got with it is, obviously triple threats, fatal four ways, stuff like this are always no counter and no disqualification. That's all it felt like to me. It just felt like they were taking advantage of the no DQ thing, not actually getting extreme. I was expecting a lot more weapons, a lot more carnage.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot more weapons. There was a few stairs and chairs.
Yeah, it just seemed like instead of going under the ring...
But it was still a good match.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I agree. You should have had a few more weapons in there.
Yeah, it was very... the only extreme part of it is that it was extremely interesting when every now and then... Because of so many characters in there, when there was those... one-on-one moments between certain two, it was like, all right then. And even during the Joe Bray little team up, at one point each one of them tried to get a sneaky pin in behind the other one. And then when it eventually did break down, it's like, all right, that's pretty cool. Yeah. But I was completely fine with the winner.
Yeah, me too. I mean, honestly, when the match started, I thought it's either going to be Finn or Seth. I think. It's not going to... I said, although we both agree... We wanted Reigns purely just to get him out of the way for the main... But obviously, we know what's going to happen. He's going to be at Mania for the fourth time and take that title.
But he's not, is he? Because he's got... I think Lesnar's going to win at Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, he will.
Which means it's Reigns-Lesnar at SummerSlam. He's going to get that out of the way.
I hope so.
Because Reigns already said, I'm fighting the Universal Championship.
But again, I don't agree with that. He's just popped up saying, I'm the number one contender.
Yeah,
you have to earn it.
I don't agree with it. I'm annoyed that he's taking the main event at one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, but I'd rather him take SummerSlam than WrestleMania.
Yeah, right, fair enough. I'll let it slide then.
But
I originally thought it was going to be Finn or it's going to be Seth, and then I was looking at it and I was thinking to myself, well...
The end was good. All these finishes from out of nowhere.
all over the place.
Yeah.
I was looking at it in the match and looking at the people that are in there, and I thought to myself, well, where are these people at the moment? Bray's building up towards going against Finn, but they've now switched it to him and Seth. Seth is still doing a little bit with Samoa Joe, I suppose. Reigns is just all over the fucking place. And I was just looking at them and I thought, how are they going to get Great Balls of Fire to get a big deal? And I thought, it's Joe. It's got to be Joe, isn't it? It's like, how do you get something... You get a dream match. You get a match that the second that he arrived in Raw, I was like, you want to see him versus Lesnar.
I want them to tear each other apart.
Yeah, and this is the thing. That's why I think I went halfway through. I was going, I think it's going to be Joe, and it was. And I think it's the right call, and I think it's a good way of getting a good buys on the pay per view because it's a terrible name, and I think it's a good way of getting it going. But I don't want him jobbed out.
No,
I don't want him squashed. I want them to have a proper fight. Because it's been a while since Lesnar's had a proper full-on match. Even the one at Mania was only 5 minutes long. It was just finishing.
Yeah, Goldberg was a threat, but it wasn't a match.
A 10 to 12 to 15-minute match of them, a proper slugfest, pitting each other against each other. And when Lesnar wins, which he will, at least at the end you go, well, Joe looks strong at the end of that match. Even at his loss, you just look and go, he is a serious contender for anybody else.
I think it should be at least 10 minutes before Lesnar gets this first suplex in. Yeah. I think Joe should just keep sliding out of Suplex City. Just every time they go, nah, you can't do it. Because over the last few weeks, not only does it look like they're kind of slowly turning Lesnar less heel, with Heyman shaking Finn's hand and respective to Joe, and then Joe attacking Heyman and stuff. When that fight happened between Joe and Lesnar, Joe put Lesnar on his ass twice.
Yeah.
The super kick and that barge.
That super kick to the face, because obviously he got the bars and everyone was splitting them up. Then he looked parting, just boom to the face.
I am so...
and Sarah went, has he broke his nose? It's like, no, he hasn't, but he fucking twatted him.
I mean,
he really did. It was awesome.
If it wasn't because Roman Reigns has got this title shot at SummerSlam, I'd be totally rooting for Joe right now. But I'm rooting for Lesnar just so they can get Lesnar Reigns out of the way. Yeah. Then it's done.
I'm praying. I am praying that Vince is listening to the crowd for a change and going, right, let's get Lesnar and Reigns out of the way at SummerSlam so that WrestleMania can be held for someone that is more deserving of it and that actually people want to see at a main event.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me that if he ends up headlining both.
Yeah, it's got to the point now, well, this is kind of a good rejoinder here. Hopefully, even though personally at the minute I wouldn't really care, maybe they're going for WrestleMania 34 with Lesnar versus Braun. Whether it's for the title, I don't know.
Which again, I'm alright with.
It's
They're
okay.
building Braun alright at the moment.
Once he's hit that point of Lesnar level,
he wins the Rumble or something.
Yeah, and let's say it doesn't even have to be for the Universal belt. I'm hoping that Lesnar loses the belt before the end of the year. But to go on to what should headline Mania takes me into Money in the Bank.
Yes.
Shinsuke and AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
God, when that moment happened...
As soon as they stare at each other and they move the ladder out of the way,
get him! Oh, man.
So it was... Yeah, that was an amazing moment.
I mean, the pay-per-view itself was...
I think a lot of people are shitting on Money in the Bank, and...
Some of it was shit, but...
My only real big gripe was obviously the ending of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view for the women.
Right.
That... for me, was a disappointment. I understand what they were trying to do. I get what they're trying to build up some controversy and making you want to tune into the SmackDown. But personally, to me, I agree. I think that you should save that for the second one or the third. For the first ever women's Money in the Bank, I wanted a woman at the top of that ladder holding that briefcase, not Ellsworth picking it up and dropping it to Carmella.
Yeah.
That was not acceptable for the first ever one.
But it also sounded not only was it one of those, well, why did it take him so long? He could have just done that from the get-go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, if you're going to go that way.
The second there was a little bit of space, he could have ran straight up there and got it, job done.
The discussion I've been having with people at work, because I've got a couple of guys at work who watch it and stuff, is, again, the Eric Bischoff's got a book called Controversy Creates Cash, and it does. So straight away, I was thinking, I didn't like that, but... I'm now totally invested in wanting to see what happens on SmackDown.
Yeah, I know.
Because I want to know how they're going to react. I was kind of half expecting Daniel Bryan to return that night and go, we start the match right now.
It was lingering for quite a while.
Yeah, and then Ellsworth announced
where's Shane? Where's Daniel? Come on. One of them's got to get out here and restart this match. And it just didn't happen. I was like,
But they've built it up to an interest... Because...
Yeah, it's interesting what's happening on SmackDown this week. So, yeah.
This is... Me and our friend Twig he beat me to the punch, but I totally agreed on it because I was thinking the same thing. The last couple of years, the heels have been being cheered. That's right. That was a hard thing to say.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It must be hard for the guys behind the curtain to go, right, these are the guys we want to get booed, but they're more interesting characters, which is why people doing this need to find another reason for people to boo. So they make it like a reality boo. So they must have known the reaction. Ellsworth winning that money. We'll get the reaction we want. And even though he still doesn't deserve the belt, it's the same thing with Jinder. Because you give that WWE Championship to Bray Wyatt, Kevin Owens, whatever. you're going to be cheering for the bad guy. Jinder's a genuine person you want to boo because you disagree with him having that belt.
Yeah.
That's what a heel champion should be.
Yeah, it's true.
Just so happens that Jinder isn't the greatest wrestler in the world or hasn't properly earned that
he's
place.
Improving. I'm not saying he's not improving. It's just that it's how quick he became champion, because literally a month before he was jobbing out.
Yeah. His matches with Orton, and the only problem with him at Money in the Bank is it was exactly the same as Backlash.
Yeah, nothing was different. And
it was apart from Cowboy Bob.
Again, you know what I mean? Again, he's getting distracted. It takes one of... What's Jinder's move again?
I don't know. It's like a camel clutch slam or something.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, the camel clutch slam. And it took one of it to take Orton out. Orton!
Yeah.
He's up there with fucking Cena and people that are really respected and big in this company, that it doesn't take one move to knock him out. And twice at a pay-per-view now, all it takes for him to be distracted for a couple of minutes, one of those little moves, job done.
Yeah.
And I understand they're trying to build Jinder up, but it's just...
Don't diminish Orton.
Don't diminish Orton to that point. You know what I mean? But yeah, I enjoyed the match. It was alright. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's like his matches aren't terrible. They're very standard, though.
They're just standard, yeah.
Also, the problem is, right now, Orton and Jinder are very similar in their styles. Even similar in size and strength.
Yeah.
So once Jinder gets a more dynamic opponent... For example, he's on SmackDown now, isn't he? If Sami Zayn ever got a title shot against Jinder, they're very different. But also, with the character like Sami, if, say, Jinder was, like, so confident on one SmackDown that I'm doing an open challenge, and Sami did it, and Orton comes out, takes care of the Singh brothers, and Sami hits the haluva kick, you're going to be like, go on, Sami, go! And then, obviously, build it up to, like, maybe Jinder just getting the rope or something like that. Not only does it help Sami so much, but it helps Jinder as the character's like, he's always going to be the one that just slithers away.
Well, there's rumours that he's keeping it till Rumble.
I don't know if I like that. I hate the rumour for Battleground more, which is meant to be a Punjabi prison match.
Yeah, you said... It's like, why?
Oh, God!
It's like, why are you putting Orton into these positions where he's just doing these ridiculous matches that no one gives a shit about?
It's like, Punjabi prison, it hasn't been seen in 10 years.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
It's
just it's so like the Kennel from Hell match. Yeah. Too many rules, just a load of bamboo around the ring. Bamboo. Yeah. Which I fail to see how bamboo can hurt you unless you're being stabbed with it. So I don't know.
Yeah, what other matches were there? There's the tag match.
Now I did like that.
I did. I think the Usos are working really well as heels. They are building themselves really well. I think the feud that New Day and the Usos have got is good. It's something that can carry on for quite a while.
The energy was going. Yeah. There's so many near falls.
Yeah, and it's just every time you think, oh my God, New Day are going to get it, and then they manage to just weasel out of it by just going, now we're done, and he wandered off. Again, I liked it.
People didn't like the controversy in the ending. I did. It's a heel thing to do.
Yeah, I liked it. It's just like they basically had enough. It's like, if I count ourselves out, we don't lose the titles. Yeah,
such a good heel thing. And also, this is the first title shot, or probably pretty much the first proper match New Day got since going on SmackDown. If they jumped straight in, won the belts, it would have been like, there was no build to it, and it squashed the Usos.
Yeah, it's too soon.
You want the New Day to want it so much. Yeah. So even maybe at Battleground, Usos get themselves disqualified or something.
And I think build it to SummerSlam.
And then when New Day finally do it, you're like, yes, they finally got it.
Exactly.
But my brother kind of said one which I thought maybe is that they should bring time limits back into it. Like, actually reference it. So, say, like, you're watching this tag match and you go, oh my God, they've been going for fucking ages. And then they hit that weird, like, super splash big ending thing. Like, this is it. Before they get to the pin, the bell rings. I was like, what the fuck? And they go, ladies and gentlemen, 30-minute time limit has expired. This match is a draw, so still you're chugging like, from the skinny team! Do things like that.
That'd be cool.
So,
and then we had
Lana and Naomi.
Yeah, it was kind of a meh match, but I'm still impressed with Lana.
Yeah.
To the point I look at her and go, alright, she's got potential.
I did like the fact that I thought, right, maybe they're going with the storyline like Carmella knows she's going to get a bollocking on SmackDown. So when you heard that F.A.B., I was like, oh my God, she is cashing in tonight. And then obviously she just teased it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident she's going to win the belt against tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think so.
The case. I still think she should continue doing that on every SmackDown though. Just get in there and then
just
do
an AJ thing where she skips around the ring and then flips off again.
But for months to the point. this is so it gets annoying because again it develops her heel character.
Yeah.
But when she does finally do it, there's the shocker. So when she's again doing the whole nah, I'm not going to do it, and the person in the ring's got pissed off, and then they're distracted, get knocked out or something. That's when she's like, right, no.
Yeah.
The only other one I thought which could fuck her off is that she cashes in pretty early. The bell rings and all that, and then the other 4 or 5 women come out and just ruin it for her.
I like that.
Yeah, no,
I love
she's
that.
like, no, you bitches! Because it develops rivalry, it develops story.
That would be funny.
It can develop something with Ellsworth there. And I think the other match we've got is the Money in the Bank.
Men's Money in the Bank, which
the winner was the right call.
Yeah, the winner was the right call. I think so. I wouldn't have minded Sammy.
No, I wouldn't have minded Sammy
because I don't want to get to the point where he's becoming just lost in the shuffle, and he's getting to that point.
Yeah, I called Sammy or Baron.
Yeah, I think if he's not going to win the Money in the Bank, I think he should win the Royal Rumble.
Yes,
I think he needs something this year. You know what I mean? I feel like if he's not getting the case, he should be winning the Rumble. I think that's fair.
Well, when they
I mean, even if it ends up being him versus Corbin at Mania for the title, that's fine. I wouldn't mind that. If they build Corbin enough, because that's the whole point of the case, is building that character up, and he needs building, and that case is the perfect thing to do. It's the arrogance he can have. I've got this case. So if they build that up, and he's at the point where you go, right, I cannot wait to see this dude cash in. Finally does it before Mania, and then you see Sammy win the Royal Rumble. I'm kind of looking at it going, all right, I'm up for this because I want Sammy to win the title. I want Corbin to lose the title because he's a heel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because they built themselves up quite well over the year, I'm interested in that feud.
I wouldn't mind them continuing the Baron-Sammy rivalry now. In my head, I've got maybe Baron should cash it in around October time when you've not completely forgotten about it, but it's kind of just got in the back of your head at this point. Cashing in wins. Along the line, I'd want somehow, obviously, Baron to lose it, but maybe at Elimination Chamber again.
Mm.
Kevin wins the title. Sammy's won the Rumble. You got Kevin Sammy at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'll be more up for that.
Because then, say my other 2 predictions were right. You got Strowman, Lesnar, Shinsuke AJ, and Kevin Sammy on one card. Already Mania would look amazing to me.
Yeah.
There's rumours they're going to go with Cena Reigns at Mania, which would be weird because it'd be the only time I'm cheering for Cena. Because the difference with Cena and Reigns there is that I don't hate Reigns and I don't hate Cena, but I respect Cena. And again, I don't knock Reigns for that. It's just he hasn't earned my respect yet.
He hasn't.
So
it's being forced upon us.
But
I mean, there were so many spots in that main event.
Kevin is not injured.
Owens does every single time there's a ladder involved. He fucks himself up, and it's brilliant. He's amazing. He just knows his shit.
I knew
the spot was, like you say, with AJ and Nakamura was incredible.
When Shinsuke came out for Baron, I was like, Baron's going to attack him.
I didn't have a clue. It's like Sarah blinked and she missed it. But he was on the floor.
Everyone looks forward to his entrance. So I was like, he's got to come out last. And when he wasn't, it was like, nah, Baron's attacking him.
Because I just went, why are they leaving Baron to the end? And I just didn't click. It didn't click for me. But then as it happened, I went, right, okay, that makes sense. And again, it builds Baron up. I don't get that. That's totally fine. I get that. I would say that he left it a little bit too long before Nakamura came back in.
Yeah.
But when he did, everyone was going nuts.
Yeah.
And he cleaned house, and it was awesome. But I just felt like they left it at least 20 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean,
I think leave it 10.
The only problem
10's enough.
I had was like, I don't want when he got taken away. I was like, right, is he genuinely injured, so he's just not in the main event tonight? That'll fuck me off. They should have announced that and replaced it.
That's the point. It was getting to the point. I was going, is he actually coming back? Or leaving it?
There was all this stuff on Facebook, Twitter, like, oh, they're not going to bring Rusev halfway through, are they? I mean, I'd love to see Rusev back, but I was like, no, not tonight.
No.
And then when Shinsuke came back out, I was like, awesome to see you, but I don't want you to win now because that seems cheap if you win now. So, I mean, Ziggler and Sammy always do their job. The spots are really good. And I'm glad they are building up to AJ Shinsuke, but I'd rather keep it till Mania.
Keep it to Mania and tease it. If teased it in this, tease it again on SmackDown at one point, maybe.
Yeah,
it's very
just
minimal.
Cross paths
minimal, and then you tease it a big style in Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
they'll come up to each other, they'll clear out, and it'll just be the two of them again, and they slog it out. And that is the point where they eliminate each other, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or one of them eliminates the other one. A reason to build the feud to the point where you go, right, this is going to be the card for Mania. They're going to be
just keep having those moments, but not one verbal microphone promo thing. Not one. Just like they had the thing at Money in the Bank. No words were said. Took the lads aside. Had a fight. Survivor Series. They could be on the same team if they do SmackDown versus Raw. At one point, they look at each other. They're alone in the ring. They team up together, and then the Rumble, which obviously leads to Mania. What I'd like with Shinsuke now is, Baron really, finish the rivalry with Sami, so maybe at Battleground have Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin again, but to give it that extra spice, put the case, but still have Baron win.
Don't have Sami take the case off it, no, because it doesn't help Baron. But it helps Baron if he wins and keeps the case.
To help Baron and to make it, this doesn't have to be for the case this time, but to help Baron and to develop on what happened at Money in the Bank, I'm fine with Baron versus Shinsuke at SummerSlam.
Yeah, okay.
I think it'd be a challenge for Shinsuke because, it'd be a challenge for them both because I don't think Baron's been in a ring with such a strong style competitor, and it would be like, right, I'm hitting the main event level here, and Shinsuke's more. I don't think he's used to that kind of combat style that Baron's got. So it'd be an interesting.
Yeah. Again, fine.
But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
I mean, apart from the couple of bits that happened on Raw last week, Strowman came back, and then the big one for me was Enzo and Cass splitting up.
I watched that.
I mean, it's one storyline where they built it up very, very well. They built it up over a good couple of months,
4 weeks or something like that,
at least.
Yeah.
And they built it up well. They've invested like Corey Graves and
investigations.
Angle into it. Yeah, they've got all this kind of stuff, and you get thrown off the trail. You get thinking, who's it going to be? And then
I genuinely thought it was the Revival at first.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah. I thought it was Revival as well. I genuinely thought it was going to be them. And as soon as Corey said, "Roll the footage," I go, "It's going to be Cass. It's going to be Cass."
I hated Corey's commentary over it. It was like, Corey, just shut up. We get what's going on. But
yeah, it was.
It was a good segment.
I'll be honest, Cass delivered a fucking awesome promo to him.
Yeah, I mean, they both. I think they both have a lot of potential, but Cass, he was right when he said he's the money out of the two of them. Not because he's a big. Well, maybe it is because of a big guy, but like he said in his promo, as good as Enzo is, he'll always ever be a mouthpiece or maybe a standard cruiserweight. Mm-hmm. I can't really see Enzo Amore Universal Champion anytime soon.
Sarah made a good point. I said, put him in a managerial role where he doesn't have to wrestle, he just has to spout his mouth off.
Well, what I'm looking at now, because I didn't realise in the segment that Kurt Angle had brought Revival and Big Show out at the start, and then Big Show said something like, "If this is the way you think, maybe I shouldn't be on the show."
Yeah, I think he might go to SmackDown.
Which I'm okay with, unless...
Well, yeah, because...
So Enzo's entrance still makes sense. He teams up with Big Show at one point.
Yeah.
And this is Big Show, and he's 7 foot tall. And you can't see Big Show with a big soft t-shirt.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But, yeah...
I think it would wear things very quick, so you only do it for maybe one pay-per-view.
Well, yeah, if... I can see at Battleground it being Enzo versus Cass, and I think Cass will destroy Enzo.
Oh, yeah. He'll squash him.
Yeah. But maybe at SummerSlam, hopefully not the pre-show... Enzo's like, right, even not even at SummerSlam, before SummerSlam, like, this is my partner, you better find one yourself, Cass. And Cass brings out another black sheep, because I did like the fact that Bo and Curtis have been introduced into the fray again as like the misfits kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm
gives them something to do.
Yeah, I'm wondering where they're going with that, but at least they're doing something with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if Cass found another person that hasn't been on screen for a while, to be like, not as like, more maybe someone from the Cruiserweight division. Like, I'd be because I think the Cruiserweight division should mix it up with the main roster every now and then. So if you got TJ Perkins or Neville to do that, it will kind of slowly put Enzo into the Cruiserweight picture, which I think he needs to go to at the minute.
Yeah.
But even if Cass and whoever lose, I don't think it would squash them. Because Enzo does need to have some point of revenge against Cass at some point before they both go their separate ways.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah. wrestling's looking sort of promising.
Yeah, so there are some bad points, but there's a lot of points to go, all right, they've invested some time in stories. And that's one of the things that's a big deal. Invest some stories, invest in your characters, and then just let them go off the rail. They know what they can perform, they know what they can do, so if you just invest that time in those characters and those storylines, the rest will come.
Yeah, I mean, the main point for me is, despite the name of the pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire is shaping up to be a great show.
Yeah.
So, well done on that front. And the only wrestling news that I just remembered to finish this off is Jericho returned for one-off on June 30th in Tokyo to fight Hideo Itami from NXT.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I think will be amazing, because Itami's kind of gone under the radar a little bit, but he's still a hell of a wrestler. I mean, he invented the GTS, for God's sake, so can't be all bad. Right.
So a couple more things for questions.
Okay.
Did you see the official title for Jurassic World 2?
I did, I forget it.
It's called Jurassic World Fallen Empire. No, not Fallen, Fallen Kingdom.
Right, I'm guessing they're meaning the park.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, nah, with it. To me...
I would have been fine with just Jurassic World 2.
Well,
there you go.
To be honest, I thought of a name a while back, and I was actually quite proud of myself, because I thought, this is actually quite a cool title, and I really hope they go for it, but they haven't. The second Jurassic Park film was called Jurassic Park The Lost World.
Yeah.
So why don't you call the next one Jurassic World The Lost Park? Because it's a lost park. It's destroyed and dilapidated, and you're going back there, I assume. So I thought, as a nice little kind of nod and everything, and kind of flipping it round, I thought that would be a pretty cool title, and I thought that was pretty awesome, and they just didn't go for it.
I mean, I know there was the first Jurassic Park was Site A, wasn't it? And then 2 and 3 was Site B. So Jurassic World, I'm presuming, was Site A again, because...
it was,
Yeah, because even though you have to really pay attention to detail, I think it was one of our mutual friends who said, when the big fucking dinosaur that was in World, when it...
Indominus Rex.
Yeah. When they released the T-Rex, it was the same one from the first. It was like, this is my part. Get the fuck up, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
So, I'd rather them actually go back to Jurassic World for whatever reason. Yeah, they'll come up with a good story, hopefully. I kind of don't want to see them go Site B again, because it's like, no, Site B, there's no reason for you to go.
One thing I'm really happy is that they got Jeff Goldblum again.
Yeah.
I'm so down for that, because Ian Malcolm was a cool character.
I mean, I take it they haven't got Sam Neill. No. Which is fair enough.
Fine. It's not the Fallen Kingdom's an alright title, but I liked mine better.
I would say I would have just been fine with 2. Yeah. Because we know what we're going to get installed. It's like... I can understand,
dinosaurs.
I can understand why they do it with Pirates of the Caribbean, because it's like, well, what storyline they're going with here? And the trailer tells you anyway, but he's like, right, okay, they're going with Davy Jones, Dead Man's Chest. Makes sense. Jurassic World, it's going to be dinosaurs. We know this, just keep it as 2 or 3.
Teeth.
Yeah, just teeth and claws.
The other thing as well, they've announced that Suicide Squad 2 is going to be filming next year. I didn't even know that they were doing a Suicide Squad 2. I don't even think there was a reason to do a Suicide Squad 2.
I'd heard rumours about it.
But yeah,
is it the same cast?
I assume so.
I mean, what I would like to have seen happen is, if they do kind of picking up right where the first one left off. So the last thing we saw was Joker break Harley out of prison. I'm thinking, wouldn't it be great if in this prison riot he releases the rest of the squad, but the next villain as well? So, because I didn't realise this. Do you ever watch Arrow? No, me neither. But at one point, one of the side characters, I saw this on. It was only a YouTube clip. I was like, "Did that happen?" And I clicked on it. He goes to this prison where a different version of the Suicide Squad are, because he mentions, this is the Suicide Squad. No one talked to him and stuff. And you hear Harley Quinn's voice from a jail cell go, I used to be a psychiatrist, maybe I could check you out. And he's like, bitch, shut up! And she's like laughing in the cell. Obviously, you just see a silhouette. But the laugh was not exactly like Margot Robbie's, but the one you hear in the cartoon, the classic one. And I was like, that was a nice little Easter egg there. I liked that. Yeah. So I'm guessing they're going to have Joker in it again.
Yeah, can't not.
Well, you can't. Well, maybe you could have Harley by herself in it now that they've developed her character in the first one.
Yeah.
She was one of the strongest characters in the film.
Yeah.
But again, it's like... I don't know, it's like... I was going to say it's like having Batman without Robin, but you can easily do that. Yeah, you can't really have...
You can't have Robin without Batman.
That's the point. So, yeah, you can't have Harley
Quinn
without Joker. Yeah. So,
and the final quick one, Transformers 5. Did you hear any of the reviews?
Terrible. It looks terrible.
I haven't seen it, and the reason I refuse to see it is because I refuse to drink the Kool-Aid of the trailers, because all the trailers always look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I refuse to drink the Kool-Aid, because every time since the first one I've drank that Kool-Aid, I've gone to the cinema and I've gone, what a piece of crap. And... number 3 was alright, 2 wasn't really that good, 1 was great, 4 was awful, and I've heard that number 5 is just as bad. It's just apparently terrible, it's just an absolutely convoluted mess. The payoff with the whole Optimus Prime being evil didn't pay off at all. He's barely in the film at all anyway, most of it's spending time on Cade Yeager, which is Wahlberg's character, and they just spend all that time on that. It's just like, I'm glad I didn't spend my money. Because I refuse. So I just can't do it. So I went and checked all the reviews online of all the credible people like Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, and loads of other reviewers and all that kind of stuff. And they all pretty much said, it's dog shit. Don't.
I was never invested in Transformers anyway. I looked at that trailer and thought, right, Anthony Hopkins is now on the way of Liam Neeson. Of like, he's got to that point in his career where he doesn't even care. It's if it used to be like, nah, I need to make sure the script's good. Now it's like, it's a paycheck, innit? Fuck it. If they want me that bad, it's the same with. The McGregor-Mayweather fight. They've been saying no for ages. When that right amount of money comes in, which was something like $100 million each, of course you're going to say yes.
Yeah, they're holding off on purpose.
Don't get me wrong. Someone like me, if they go, do you want to, get in the ring with McGregor? It's like, you're going to have a lot of beans for me to get in the ring. But if they offered me $5 million, yes. But McGregor-Mayweather are smart enough to go, even if they were offered $50 million, they were smart enough to go, no. Even if they'll say no now, they're going to keep offering me more and more until I get that lovely little bow there.
Yeah.
The only live-action film I want to do, before we go into questions, which I haven't heard any fucking rumours of, is Captain Scarlet.
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
I know, I was looking at it. It's like they did a Thunderbirds one and it was...
Yeah, it was kids.
Yeah, it was a kids.
Captain Scarlet was quite dark. With like the Mysterons and Captain Black.
And like the fact that you die and he can't stay dead, and it's that kind of stuff, and the vehicles were quite cool. Like I said, Captain Black was quite cool.
Tom Hardy could nail Captain Black. I don't know, Captain Scarlet, maybe Brad Pitt.
I don't know. Maybe Captain Scarlet, but anyway, I've always looked at it and gone, why has this not happened yet? You could really make it, I mean, not necessarily an 18, but you could make it 15 at least.
I think they'll do the way they did the new Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, just make it gritty.
Do that if you're listening.
Do it now.
Yes, right.
Questions.
Right.
3, 2, 1. Questions for Josh.
Sorry.
What the fuck was that?
You probably didn't even pick up the whisper on the audio, but still.
Right, let's get these done, shall we? We've only got 2 today.
Yeah, that's alright. We're like an hour and a quarter in.
Right, Hippie Geek asks, would you rather be too cold forever or too hot forever?
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel now.
Yeah, definitely.
But the weird thing is, with this weather that's going on, I've even asked myself that.
It's been pretty hot, if anyone didn't know. It's been pretty hot in the UK lately.
I don't know. I really don't know. My answer is going to be I don't know, because I thought if I'm too hot, it's harder to cool yourself down, but you're dry. Where if you're too cold, you're wet and you're shivery because it's probably going to be raining. One breeze can shiver down your spine, but it still is easier to put more layers on.
Yeah.
So
too cold.
I think, this is how tight I am. I'm going to go with I'd rather be too warm, because if I was too cold, it means putting the heating on. It means spending money.
So you're too hot.
Yeah. If you're too hot, you can open a window.
I might be melting here, but at least I ain't paying no bills.
There's no heating on. At least when you're too warm, you can open a window. You're too cold, you got to put the gas on if you're too cold. So,
Ironhide85 asks, would you rather enter WrestleMania face and turn heel at the end of it, or would you rather enter heel and turn face at the end of it?
I'll go with the second one, because this is going to be like a cheap advertisement thing here. This isn't 100% yet, but a bit of news for you. My brother's now working for What Culture.
Is he?
Yeah, he got.
That's brilliant.
He's not like going to be like the ones you see on YouTube, but he's starting doing articles for them, and they're sending work his way and stuff.
That's brilliant.
It's only like 40p per 100 views, but you know,
something.
Some of his views like hit like around the 100,000 mark. So he goes, yeah, that's 40 quid easy there. So, but yeah. We might be doing a podcast as well. He's gonna talk to them.
What, specifically wrestling?
Yeah.
Can I be involved, please?
Ask him. Or ask what culture? Get them to hire you. Right.
I don't know how I can do that.
Well, you can go.
But if you're doing a podcast, please let me be involved because I really like talking.
Well, I don't know if he wants it just as like a 2-man thing. I'll ask him. But anyway, one of the things we spoke about was similar to that. I would love as like the fantasy of, you know, there's always like you'd love to fight your best friend or whatever, wrestle a download is now as well as perform a download. I always wanted to fight my brother at Mania is the big one, but I'd want to go in as champion heel and drop the belt to him. But I want, you know, those classic matches that it was so good that you get the standing ovation at the end and then you even hug the other competitor. I mean, even if it weren't that good, I'm like, this is my brother that I've just handed the belt to here at WrestleMania. A dream thing. Of course I'm going to hug him after the match.
Yeah.
Mainly if we haven't killed each other as well, because someone said this as well in a wrestling documentary, you could wrestle loads of people over your time, but you never hit anyone harder than your best friend or your brother. But it's true because you know what each other can take. With a stranger, you're like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But with your friends, it's like, right, we've been practicing for years.
That's why Sammy and Owens do so well together.
Yeah, which is
their best mates.
They're on a collision course to be a Mania main event. They've got to be.
Absolutely.
And they got his new DVD coming out, which is great. Fight Owens Fight. And a quick one at the end here. Download Festival, you did very well. You know, it's kind of not a geek thing, but it's what we do. Very good festival. Weather was great. Obviously not in your control, but it was a perk. Yeah, so good for Download. But System were crap because his voice was shit.
Oh dear, it's a shame, man.
So you can't get 100% all the time, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So yes, that's podcast 15 done.
Yeah, sorry it's so long.
Like, subscribe, share videos, blah blah blah, and we'll be back in a month to talk about
Great Balls of Fire
and Battleground.
And Battleground, yes. So enjoy your summer, folks.
Have fun.
Bye.